Hi there. It's good to be back. My name is Olumide Adeleye, and I still have Steve right here with me. As you know, or as you should know by now, he is the International Director, British Computer Society, which is also known as BCS, the Chartered Institute for IT. And he is right here in Nigeria, so you can see that I want to milk him while he's around and get all the content that I can get from him. So today we're going to talk about the professional certifications. You may have heard about BCS certifications for business analysis. One of the popular ones is the BCS Foundation Certificate in BCS in business analysis, and it goes all the way to an international diploma. You may have also heard about other BCS certifications like Agile, Scrum. Now they have a new one for product management, and they have several other ones like that. Today we're going to talk about those professional certifications. So Steve, you're welcome once again.
Good to be here.
Yes. So these professional certifications by BCS, what are they meant for?
Okay, so within the IT sector, things are moving quickly. People need new skills, they need more knowledge about what's happening in the world of IT. And so industry informs BCS that they have skills gaps or they have risks that they can foresee in the future that needs to drive their strategy or drive their business. So they ask BCS if we can come up with a qualification that allows them to train their staff, so their staff have the latest knowledge and the latest skills they need for the industry. So we sit down with industry, subject matter experts, the product team in BCS, and we create a syllabus. That syllabus then is fed through to other parts of industry for their input. We collect all that information, we design exam and qualifications, sample papers, and then the syllabus is put together and certified, and then partners such as yourself, accredited training providers, deliver that syllabus to industry and to individuals interested in moving into IT profession.
So what does all of this mean to or for someone who's looking for a job?
Well, for a start, BCS certifications enable people to understand the language and the competencies and the skills needed for industry. Industry is transitioning from a period of initial engagement with digital. Some of them are still analog and moving through into digital. All businesses are having to do that. So they need people within their business environment, to understand what that transition means and what is that and how is it going to affect their customers, how is it going to affect their internal staff, what environmental factors impact on what they need to do in terms of their long-term strategy, medium-term strategies. So the BCS certifications give them that knowledge. It gives them, when you collectively involve a team through continued professional development, then everybody has their specialism. So you can collectively engage and discover and kind of anticipate the risks that you're facing and what you need to do and what skills you need to have in the future. So that's where people with certifications are going to be employed, because they have the latest knowledge that industry needs.
I know that one of the most popular certifications that BCS offers is the business analysis suite. So those business analysis certifications, what are they about?
Okay, so business analysis is the portfolio, is our most popular portfolio. We do upwards of 15,000 certifications a year across the UK. I myself am doing the foundation certificate in business analysis because after 30 years in business, I found that when I joined BCS, many of the things within that certificate I was unfamiliar with. And so I began to learn it myself. So the certifications within this portfolio are ideal for people entering business. They're also ideal for people like myself, older people, who have missed out on the initial stages of business analysis, but now find they need it in their later life because it's the one thing that people are discussing and how to analyze and get the real facts of how businesses develop and how that transition into IT is happening. So it's a pathway, as you say. It's flexible. There are different levels and there are different areas of specialisms that you can take. But the international diploma, although it's not the very highest level, it is seen as the level that people within the higher echelons of industry, the C group, the chief executives, the CIOs, they should aspire to reach. And the actual diploma is an interview with other business analyst specialists at the highest level. So it's not a written exam, it's actually an interview that you do with two BA specialists.
Yeah. So you mean that to earn the diploma, you're going to need, and I think I've put out some content on this already, so you're going to need 4 exams, 4 written exams, but then you're going to end up with, like Steve says, an interview, an oral interview with business analysis practitioners. Why is that?
Why is that? Well, that's a good question. The written exams are what the interview allows our specialists, our BA professionals to do is to really tease out the detail, really tease out the knowledge that you know. And also it's important that you put that into practice. So as well as sitting exams and sitting the professional certifications themselves, what they want to know is that what you've learned through doing the foundation and then doing the practitioner levels is that you're actually using what your knowledge you've collected in what you do in your role. So that's important, and you can tease that out better in an interview than you can doing a paper.
You know, I like the BCS approach, particularly to business analysis, because I feel that it's quite broad. I feel that it combines depth and breadth. I feel so because if you're doing the international diploma, for instance, you're going to start with the foundation certificate. You do have an option, I think, but most people would go with the foundation certificate in business analysis, and then you can pick from a number of other ones. So for like the ones we offer at Twin Institute are the foundation certificate in business analysis, the practitioner certificate in business analysis practice, the practitioner certificate in requirements engineering, and the practitioner certificate in modeling business processes. So by the time you've done all of those, you have a level of knowledge in each of those domains, but then you then get to cap it up with an interview with experienced business analysts. And so you need to prove that you not only understood the concepts, but you're conversant enough with them to be able to use them in a work context. I think it's a beautiful model because it allows people to, to take a much better approach to it than just writing one certification exam.
Yeah, it's a pathway, and you can specialize across some different modules, so you can decide your path. Some are compulsory, you have to sit them, but others allow you some flexibility. I think it's also important that to explain to people that the business analyst is a kind of a group. We if you pass a BCS certificate, any BCS certificate, you become a member of BCS for a year. That gives you access to the business analyst specialist groups, and they are full of professionals, like-minded professionals who you can seek mentors, you can seek advice from, you can talk to and engage with webinars and presentations. And you form your own kind of group within BCS that's they're very specialist. They talk about it. They're published in journals about the changing face of business analysis. And so becoming a BA with BCS engages you in a wider group of business analysts, which you can also learn from. Yeah.
So joining BCS helps you to become part of a community and a community of professionals. But permit me to take you back to that initial question. Being part of that community, does it help your job search? Because you see, a lot of the people that watch this channel are Nigerians who are maybe in the diaspora, and they're looking at how they can do these things and improve their abilities to attract good jobs. So how does being in a community, how does it help that?
networking is one of the benefits of being part of BCS, because you get access to other people in other industries who are all business analysts, and so you can find out what roles exist within their industry. You will often see, if you're looking for a job in the UK or internationally, that there is sometimes, more often than not in the UK, a requirement for a business analyst qualification from BCS. There are others, I agree, but it's a nice to have, and it puts you a step ahead of the others who don't have it. So it sits comfortably in industry. People in industry know us. We do events with industry. We run a large-scale event about business analysis specifically over a number of days, an insights event. And industry is invited, and business analysts from different industries all come together to discuss where the program is leading, what's happening in the industry, what's new within the industry, what do people need to learn. So it's part of that network, part of building that identity. If you have the qualification, you're already marked out as being different from others, but having that quality badge that we mentioned before is important. And as I said, in many job advertisements, you'll see having a BCS BA qualification is highly recommended.
And that leads me to something else. So if a candidate decides to write the exams in Nigeria, maybe trains with us as an accredited training provider, and then writes the BCS exams, is it really the same certificate, the same qualification that they're going to gain, assuming they did it in the UK with maybe some other BCS provider?
It's exactly the same qualification. It's exactly the same exam. That's why we accredit training providers, because we want to maintain the standard in the training that is delivered, and because the exam is the same across the world. Yeah. So an equivalent, if you do it in the UK, if you do it in Nigeria, if you do it in Hong Kong or Brazil or the United States, wherever you have it, it is the same qualification.
And maybe to what might be my final question, Nigeria, why is BCS, how is Nigeria important to BCS?
Well, you're a young population. Technology is important. At the heart of what BCS does is IT for the benefit of society. So we know it creates jobs. We know it creates interest. You're a Commonwealth country, so we all speak the same language. We're familiar with the way people work. There's lots of Nigerian diaspora around the world, and so for us, it sits well in one of our key markets, really, because we think we've got a lot to offer. And it's a British qualification that lends itself nicely to where Nigerians like to look to in terms of the kind of quality of the education. So I think, from my perspective, I know Nigeria, and Nigeria is one of the most favourite places I love to come. If your High Commission gives me a visa more often, I'd be here more often. But that's my next one, is my multiple entry, so I'll be here a lot more in the future. But yeah, we feel it's a place that has a lot to offer. There's a lot of bright people here, lots of industry, lots of growth potential, and so we want to be part of that and offer what we do to others around the world, and particularly in Nigeria.
So you've heard it all. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to get in touch. You can send us a message via WhatsApp. You can send us an email. Send an email to info@twininstitute.com. You can go to our website, that's twininstitute.com. Those links are in the description. But if you want to have the official information directly from BCS, please feel free to visit the BCS website. That's bcs.org. That's bcs.org. I'm going to put that in the description as well. You can read the descriptions for the different courses, the different certifications, and you can pick the one that you are most interested in. We will be happy to guide you and to provide you training for the ones that we trained on. Till I see you next time, my name is Olumide Adeleye, and it's been nice having you. So Steve, finally I can release you. It's been nice having you. Thank you for coming on my channel, and see you. Make sure you subscribe. Click that subscribe button. See you next time.